Can a man of God burn someone with fire? It's a question. I want to show you that we have a problem in Zimbabwe, and this problem is real. I want to show you this pastor is claiming that he can burn someone. So I'm going to translate to you what he says, and let's hear the video.
Zvazvinoita manje handida kudza kuti chiendai kumba unogona kuzobvira vanhu vese vakanakirwa newa. Chienda kumba unogona kuzopfuta vanhu vese vanogona kuzonakirwa. Ndati handisida kuti undipe mbiri kubvira chaiko. Unogona kutopfuta pauri papo vanhu vakanakirwa newa.
Wabvira prophet. Wabvira motopa munhu prophet. Prophet
Unobvira ukatamba neni.
Right, I want to emphasize that this guy said that ukatamba neni unobvira, which means that if you play with me, I'm gonna burn you. I want to understand that the person that we know who burned people alive in the Old Testament was Elijah. In the way how he burned people alive, they came as a group from the king, and when they came from the king, they said the king asked you to come, and the prophet Elijah said, no, I am not going to come, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn you. And he burned them, and when he burned them to ashes. He burned the people, the flesh. And it was not only that time where Elijah called for fire from heaven. It was also when he called fire from heaven to burn an offering. I want to stress out a point that I want you to see. When Elijah called for fire from heaven, he called for fire from heaven, and it burnt the offering, which was in meat form, which was of cattle and all those stuff. It was in meat form. It was burnt. Number one, it also burnt the firewood, and it also burnt the water. So a human is made of meat, which is the flesh, and also water inside the body of the human, and blood, right? So if this guy claims that he can burn someone, it means that the burning was supposed to happen on somebody's flesh. It was supposed to happen on somebody's flesh. I want to show you what Jesus said about this, so that we can get an understanding. In John chapter 10 verse 10, it says, the thief cometh not to steal but to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I also want to read for you Luke chapter 9 verse 54, which talks also about these guys, James and John. They wanted to burn people in Samaria when Jesus went there. I want to read for you from verse 54. And he said, and the disciples, James and John, saw this. They said, Lord, wilt thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them, even as Elias did? But he turned and rebuked them, and he said, ye know what manner of spirit ye are of. For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. And they went to another village. Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, he did not burn anybody, even when his disciples wanted him to do so. So this is an example. Jesus is our example. We learn from Jesus. Even Paul, even Peter, we do not hear of anybody who burned somebody alive. The only person that we hear in the New Testament doing something was Peter, when he rebuked Ananias and Sapphira, who were believers, who lied to the church when they did not bring the full amount of money of the sale that they had done to their field. And only the Simon of Elymas, who was commanded to be blind because he was a witch. So I'm telling you, from my analysis, this man, he is lying. What actually happened was somebody got a lighter and they lit this guy, because normally when somebody has a contestation with a prophet, the ushers, they are the ones who take the guy out. So I believe when they were taking the guy out, they lit him and they lit his jacket. That's the reason why it's only his jacket that is burning. There is no fire that came down from heaven. This guy is lying, and he is lying to the people. Tell me what you think. Do you think it was real fire that came from God, but that came from God that burned this guy, or it was a lie or something? They staged this, but I'm convinced that this was staged, and this guy is lying and is masquerading as a pastor. Thank you so much for watching. Please share on this post, and please like and subscribe to JCTV Zimbabwe.